So part number 4, definition of self-support. Okay, so what is meaning? According to the most poskim, one would not be obligated to separate Maaser until he has a basic necessity. One may determine this necessity by what considered basic within the society where he lives. Okay, so let's read it again, and we're going to explain it. So I mean, it's a lot of information. So, and I have a very good experience in this. And I was shocked, and I'm going to explain how I was shocked. So according to the most poskim, one is not obligated to separate Maaser until he has his basic necessities, right? Until you have basic necessities. Okay, we said basic many times. What does it mean? One may determine the basic necessity considered by the basic within society where he lives. So it depends on the country, right? Your neighborhood, like what is the basic, right? For example, for us to have basic, I don't know, to have I don't know, like microwave is a basic. So for many people to have car is a basic. It's not like I'm not talking about like a very expensive car, but even old car. Last car that I had, we had it for I think 19 years. Okay, it was, of course, it was broken a little, but it was okay. So was it luxury? It was not luxury. Like it was to go in places, to go to work, back and forth. So it was a necessity basically, right? But in some countries, for example, in Israel, there were many times when we like go like somewhere in a different like part of the country, whatever, and I would come. Of course, we would rent a car, right? Because how else we can travel, right? And people say like in a show, you have a car, and I don't know, like for them this car was like very expensive. I don't know, we just pay the rent. It's not like it's not my car, but they were like many of them would take buses. Period. So like it was not very like a rich community, right? And show that there is nobody, like maybe one guy had a car. This guy, maybe it was even like from his company car, and I had a car. I was embarrassed, like, right? So for them to have a car is not standard. Is not. You understand? Or in another example, I was talking to in another class, the people from like very poor countries, right? And for them even to have this aluminum foil, I said 7 times, like just use aluminum foil. I mean, for us it's disposable, but for them it's like it's very expensive. They could not afford, like too much money for them, unfortunately, right? So that's how you establish the basic standards. Okay, continue. In addition, one who lives very modestly, regardless of the standard of society, and nevertheless is unable to purchase items that he may need, may first acquire his own needs prior to separating Maaser. Others maintain that such an individual is required to separate Maaser. However, he then may assign it to his own needs. A Rav should be consulted to determine what constitute basic necessities. So, of course, people, they're not objective, right, when they think about themselves, right? But I don't remember what we said in this book, or I don't remember what it says, but this rabbi said very beautifully. So what is the basic necessities? So whatever, if you were obligated to provide for a person, so what you would buy him is the basic necessities. So if you say that he can go with regular pots, like a set of 3, and that's enough, so don't buy yourself a set of 20. You understand? So, and knives, if you think that he would survive with 3 knives, so don't buy yourself 16 different knives, or I don't know. So that's what would be luxury. Or if you would buy him the suit for $60, don't buy yourself for $350, right? Because it's not basic necessities. Okay, so one more time. In addition, one who lives very modestly, right, even in that society, regardless of the standard of the society, and I know people like that, very modestly, and they do not lock the door, right? Even in a big city. Why? Because there's nothing to take, basically. And nevertheless is unable to purchase items that he may need, right? So even though he's very modest and cannot purchase items that he may need, may first acquire his own needs prior to separating Maaser. Okay, so meaning if you don't have a minimum requirement, whatever you need, so you're allowed to spend money on yourself, and then from that you can separate Maaser. So like others maintain that certain individual is required to separate Maaser. So others say no, look, you separate 10%, and then from this 10% you can take some money. Because why? Because you are needy and you actually on the top of the list. So I actually like this idea. I mean, this idea speaks to me for sure, right? So meaning that the person is he feels better, right? So I separated this, and based on the list, I signed, I don't know, like 6% of whatever I separate to myself, let's say, right? A Rav should be consulted to determine what constitute the basic necessities. So for example, where I live, some people do not have cars because basically, like I live in a city, so I have this store, that store. So like you can order delivery. So to say that you need a car, I mean, me personally, I need a car. I cannot live without car. I mean, you can live without everything, but I need to go there fast. I cannot waste time. So we need, my family needs car for sure, right? But other people, I mean, they don't have such a need for a car, right? They can take a taxi or something like once in a while when needed. Okay. So for some people, this car would be, or like if you need to drive to work, if there is no like public transportation, or one job that I had many years ago, I had to go almost 2 hours one way, almost 2 hours, like Mission Impossible. But if you take a car, it would be maybe 45 minutes. Okay, but public transportation was 2 hours. Okay, so that's why I need to talk to Rabbi.